Hi everyone, I'm Sandy. Welcome back to my channel. Forgive my wild hair today. I don't know what's going on with that. Today I am starting kind of a new little fun thing. Hopefully I've talked about it already in my channel plans, which is kind of doing a mystery read. I'm not reading a book with mystery in it, but kind of going out and buying a book without really knowing what I'm after. I have a couple rules kind of in mind for it, and then just kind of vlogging about as I read the book and then letting you know how I feel about it. So hopefully this is the intro to that. So I thought what I would do is just go out to my favorite iPhone here and request Siri. Hey Siri, give me a random letter. All right, the random letter that you can't see on here very well is B. So what I plan to do is head over to Barnes & Noble, not because the letter was B, that's where I plan to go, and see which book I can find that starts with the letter B, not including words like the or and or a or anything like that. A book that starts with the letter B that I have not read before, and one that I'm kind of interested in reading. So let's go see what we can. Okay, we are here at Barnes & Noble. It's very windy today. Not currently reading, so looking for a book that starts with the letter B. Maybe B was a little bit too common of a letter. Okay, I'm back home now, and let me just say I fell victim to the Barnes & Noble 30% off, 50% off hardback sale they had going on today. I didn't know that sale was going on when I went in, and yeah, so I went in with the idea of finding a book that started with the letter B for my kind of mystery pick reading, and I walked out with four that start with B. I mean, and then on top of that, I have two other books that I ended up buying as well. So I'm going to go through those really quickly and then talk about which book I'm going to have already actually picked up. So the first one was The Blackbird Oracle by Deborah Harkness. I have read the Discovery of Witches series and loved it, and I didn't even know she had a new book out, so I'm excited. This was published in 2024. I don't know the exact publication date. I'll have to look it up. I don't know what it's about, but I was very excited to pick up something by Deborah Harkness. So yeah, that was one, but black, so B. The second one was one I showed on the table, which was this one, Bear by Julia Phillips, and it was 50% off. It is not a built-in sticker though. It is just a nice little sticker. So yeah, I did end up getting this one. I don't know anything about this one. This is just the first one that I saw with B, and I thought, okay, we'll try it and see. And then I just carried it around with me and somehow it ended up with me at the cash register. I don't know. I also found this one, Butter by Asako Yuzuki. I think that's how you say that. And it says a novel of food and murder. And there's blood here. There's a cow. I don't know. Gourmet cook Manako Kaji sits in the Tokyo detention house, convicted of serial murders of lonely businessmen whom she is said to have seduced with her delicious home cooking. I think it's an amazing B. An amazing title with the B. Yeah. Okay. And the last one that I picked up was actually this one, Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. Ooh. And I don't know why I picked up a lot of Japanese authors, a couple of Japanese authors this time. But this one, Before the Coffee Gets Cold, yeah, 4 books that start with B. And this is actually the one that I have started reading. So I've read the first story, which was called Lovers. And so you're getting the premise of the coffee shop. And I do like it. it so far. The one thing that struck me is like, man, her cup of coffee got cold really fast in the first story. I think what I'm going to do with this is read a story every day and kind of vloggy style that as I go through. So I'll pick this one back up tomorrow probably. And depending on how the rest of my reading goes, I might pick up other ones. We'll see. But this is the one that I decided to pick up. I actually went to a coffee shop and read a bit there, and that was a lot of fun to read that in the coffee shop. But I didn't disappear and I didn't go back in time, and there wasn't a ghost. So yeah, but it was very good, or it's very good so far. And then the other two books that I ended up buying, I bought this one, A Sorcerer Comes to Call by T. Kingfisher. I fell in love with T. Kingfisher this year when I read Nettle and Bone, and I'm super excited about reading this. One of the clerks in the bookstore said, oh my gosh, this is an amazing book. It'll be my second T. Kingfisher that I will have read, and I'm really excited about it. Please tell me that this is not like a... Okay, good. I was making sure it wasn't like a book 2 of a series that I've done that before. I picked up a book 2. So I'm excited to pick up this one. I'm very happy it was on sale as well, but don't know anything about it. But it doesn't start with a B either. I just saw it and decided to pick it up. Yeah. And then the last one I picked up was this one, Raven's Song by TJ Klune. This is book 2 in the Green Creek series. I read the first book this month and just kind of wanted to have the second one. I'm kind of on the fence on the series as a whole right now, but I'm curious about this one, and I do like TJ Klune quite a bit, so I'm gonna try it. That's what I ended up picking up at the bookstore. Yeah, that's what I picked up at the bookstore. So I don't know what to tell you. I went in for a book and came out with 6 books, and then I went to the library. So yeah. We'll see how it goes, but I will check back in later with either a reading update or some other kind of activity. All right, it is Sunday morning, bright and early, 6:40. Why am I up at 6:40 on a Sunday? I don't know, but I've got my coffee, I've got my Before the Coffee Gets Cold book, and I've got breakfast here, and we're gonna read the next chapter, which is called Husbands and Wives. All right, I'll check back in later. Yeah. I'm going to say story 2 made me cry. That's what I'll say. Yeah, if you've read it, you may know what it is with the husband and wife. But yeah, let's just say it hit me hard. Lovely, lovely book. So far, very interesting way of telling a story. I'm going to wait and read the next story tomorrow. But Husbands and Wives, man, very well done. All right, it's Tuesday morning, and I am sitting in my living room. I just finished chapter 3 of this book. I planned on reading a chapter a day, but I didn't quite make it yesterday. So I finished it this morning, and it was called Sisters, which I really enjoyed as well. I like how the book is kind of just coming together where, you know, they can't change anything, but they kind of, how they change themselves in the future, I thought was really fascinating kind of way of telling a story. So yeah, I mean, I'm making some serious progress, but I do want to save it and do another chapter tomorrow and one more on Thursday. So yeah, hanging in there though, really liking it so far. All right, taking advantage of an actually really nice day, if not a tad bit cold, to head out on a lovely walk. Yeah, it should be good. I'm excited. Get moving a little bit and take advantage of this unusual, beautiful weather today. All right, I have finished The book, I finished it actually this morning. I thought there were 5 stories in it. It's actually 4, and then some notes or some thoughts, I think, from the author at the end, or a possible another story. So the book I had been reading was, of course, Before the Coffee Gets Cold, for my random reading challenge vlog kind of video. And the last story was Mother and Child, and I like how the author tied something that happened in the 3rd story into the 4th, so you kind of knew what that was about. And I like the idea behind the book. A couple of stories were better than the others, but I did finish it. So it was a very successful random letter reading selection that I had picked up at Barnes & Noble. I do still have, of course, I have the 3 other books that start with B that I would like to try and read in the month of January. I really, really want to pick up this one, Blackbird Oracle by Deborah Harkness. So we'll see, but I'm not going to vlog it, I don't think, but I'm very interested in it. I love Discovery of Witches so much. So yeah, that's this particular one, but successful read of Before the Coffee Gets Cold. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Also, let me know if you like this vloggy type of a style. I don't do them very often, but I'd love to hear if you want me to keep doing them. Please leave me a comment, and we'll see what happens in the new year. It's a solid possibility, solid baby. So as always, my goodness, like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, everyone, thanks, bye.